Okay, so what we're going to talk about in this video is configuring your container so your container is the correct width depending on how many content sections you're going to be working with. And the way I'm doing this is I'm just laying my content sections out horizontally, okay? And that's going to work just fine for what we're doing. We might have to make some adjustments later on depending on our content and our amount of content or the device we're trying to target. But this will work for a prototype. So what I'm going to look at first here is that I have a main container that's holding all of my screens. My screens are each going to be individual sections. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, and then down here a 5th section. Okay, so I have 5 sections. Now let's go ahead. I'm just going to double click on my panel here and I'll look at just the CSS. So double clicking on these will allow them to collapse and expand. So let's take a look at our CSS and let's go down past our menu styles and we're going to find our main container. And you'll notice that my width is set to 600 viewport width. Okay, and if I scroll down a little bit further, I'll see the rule that creates each of the sections. So this creates the screen. What you place in each of the screens is up to you, but you're going to notice that it has a width of 100 viewport width and a minimum width of 100 viewport width and a height of 100 viewport height. Okay, so this is forcing each of the sections to fill the device screen. Okay, the device viewport. So I have 5. So if I scroll back up and find my container, I see that this is set to 600 right now, and I want this to be 5. I have 5 screens, 5 sections, each being told to be 100 viewport width. There's 5 of them, so 5 times 100 is 500. So my container will be 5 viewports wide. Okay, 5 full viewports wide. And if we go back down and we look at our sections, you'll notice that I have them float left, clear none. So that's going to make my my screens, my sections, float horizontally. All right, so let's go ahead and save, and we'll update our page. And there's section 1, section 2, section 3, section 4. I have the types too big for this small device. And then there's section 5. Okay, so my recipes just all happen to have a blue background, but there's 3 recipes, so there's 3 sections. There's our list, there's our 4th, there's our home, there's our 5th. If you have more or less sections, then you will need to adjust the width of your content container, okay, your main container. Let's go back. I already forgot what I called it. So just remember, depending on how many sections you have, you'll have to adjust the width of your main container.